Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. Good to see you. Good to see you back. Wow, what should I talk about today? Well, I want to talk about okage that I received. On Thursday, I worked, and about 2:30, 3 o'clock, I felt really fatigued for some reason. It's like the fatigue just hit me suddenly, you know? And I'm like, oh man, I got like almost 4.5, 5 more hours till my shift is over. And I was like, oh, I feel like I'm wearing a lead suit all of a sudden, you know? I was like, oh man, I'm so tired and sleepy. And it's like, I wonder if it's the okonomiyaki I ate because it was 90% cabbage. I needed more calories or proteins or something. And I was like, oh, I don't know what to do. And so I took a little break, drank some water, had a little bit of snack inside my bag. And I texted my husband. I said, can you please pray for me? I don't feel good. I feel very lethargic. And I was like several more hours to go, and I don't know, I feel like I want to go home. And within 10 minutes of texting Clayton, I didn't get a text back until later on, but within 10 minutes of asking my husband to pray for me, I began to feel better. It was like miraculously felt lighter, like that lead suit came off of me, and I was like, oh, I have more energy now. And within an hour, I felt perfectly fine. And then I looked at my phone again during my bathroom break, and then I noticed that Clayton texted me back and said, oh yes, I have prayed for you and prayed to Kami-sama. I don't know if you put Kami-sama, but I prayed for you that you will last the extra toward the end of the shift. And indeed, I was like, wow, Clayton's prayers are effective, very effective. And when people pray for you, that energy, it really extends to the universe and it works. I'm amazed. So thank you, Clayton. And thank you, Kami-sama, for giving me the blessing. And just on the Friday, when I came home from Waipio to over here, Wahiawa, my mom says, oh, last night something scary happened. I was like, what do you mean scary? What happened, Okasa? And she was like, oh, I think Oto-san almost died. I was like, what do you mean he almost died? And she's like, oh, I guess he was watching TV around 10:30 p.m. and he suddenly felt extreme fatigue. And so he told my mom, and he's like, oh, you look good. And he looked really pale. And then my mom, she checked his pulse, and it was like in the 40s. And, you know, usually when that happens, people just call 911, straight up. My mom doesn't do that. Okay, I'm gonna pray to Kami-sama, give Goshinmai, sacred rice packet to Sensei. So within 10 minutes, he was beginning to feel better again. So I'm like, oh, what's going on, you know? Some kind of sign. Something unusual happens, we see it as a sign from Kami-sama. And so the next day, Friday, I bought flowers, as you can see, because it was my grandma's Gomeinichi, is called, the day she passed away, memorial service. And it's been 7 years, 7 years. 2016 is when she passed away, because I remember when me and my husband, we went to our honeymoon in Japan. We saw Oba-chan for the last time. We visited her at the nursing home, and exactly 1 month after we visited her, she passed away. And on the day she passed away is the day my dad got discharged from the hospital from doing his surgery. He had a gallbladder surgery, and that's how we thought he was going to die too, because he was getting septic, and even a doctor told me, wow, if you didn't bring him to the ER, he could have died. I said, yeah, I'm glad he did. So the day that my grandma passed away is the day my dad got discharged from the hospital. So the 17th, November 17th, which is November 18th in Japan, is a day that both of those blessings coincide. Yet, the following day, when I asked my dad, I said, Oto-san, did you remember that yesterday was Grandma's passing, and he said, "Oh man, I completely forgot." Maybe that was a sign. Maybe. So I guess the flowers that I purchased wasn't a hint, enough of a hint for him. Because for me, I know it's my grandma's gomenichi, so because I have it in my cell phone calendar and I put an alarm on it so I don't forget. And that's the only reason why I don't forget, because I have reminders on my phone. If I don't, I'll completely forget. So I thought my dad knew already why I bought these flowers, but I guess he didn't realize until the next day when I asked, "Did you remember it was grandma's gomenichi?" And he said no. So maybe that was a sign. But so that was a blessing, because that day that he almost kind of fainted or whatever, is the same day it coincided with my grandma's gomenichi. So two very important okage days, okage things happened on that day. So it was a day that he should not forget. But for some, they're getting old. It's okay. No, it's not okay. That's like we need reminders. So, when we get older, we tend to forget of it, and that's why we need reminders. And it's totally fine to have these reminders on your phone or on your calendar, but it's important to remember. Every morning, I go, "Are you okay? Okasan, o genki?" And just being genki, just being fine, is like the biggest blessing for me. I don't need anything else from them. They don't need to buy me any Christmas presents or birthday presents. My present is for them to be fine. The biggest blessing of all. So that was a great okage that we received this past. Well, that wasn't the original thing I wanted to share today, but since today is the memorial service, I wanted to share that with you. That's how it's important to remember the people who have served as a foundation of our lives. We shouldn't forget and always remember and appreciate them. Anyway, today I wanted to share part 2 of me singing the Fukushima Ondo, also known as the Soma Bomuta. When you go to any Hawaii bond dance, everyone knows the Fukushima Ondo. It's the one they go on Yagura and they do the taiko, and so it's that song. And this is the first time I have been asked to join the Yagura Gumi, the UKG Yagura Gumi. And for the Veterans Day Parade in Wahiawa, I sang for the very first time. But before that, I did a crash course lesson on the Fukushima Ondo. Didn't realize there are 7 verses. I practiced that song at least 100 times. I practiced so much that, of course, I irritated my husband. I practiced in the car, while washing the dishes, while in the bathroom, while taking a shower, in my dreams. I practiced the loudest in the car because, you can't see me or you can't hear me, but the neighbors probably say, "What's that girl doing?" But yeah, practicing in the Fukushima Ondo. But anyways, my mom and the taiko group leader wanted me to be in the Veterans Day Parade because my mom was saying she may be the only singer for like the whole 27 or 30 minutes that they continuously play the taiko and sing. I was like, "What? You're gonna sing continuously the Fukushima Ondo for 30 minutes?" And she said, "Yeah." And she said, "I might have to do this by myself." I said, "Whoa, I'm gonna help you then." So I was like practicing. But the day that we went to, like maybe about one day before, we realized that 2 more singers were gonna join us. I was like, "Oh, okay, if there's gonna be more singers, then I don't have to stress out that much." And we went there, and there's 4 singers, and my mom is me, and one person, another person. So the 2 other singers. So it's funny because when I went there, I was like, they don't need me then. I'm like the beginner, and I don't sing very good, so I don't even have to be here. But then I thought, Kami-sama has a plan for me, because Kami-sama wants me to see the experienced singers. Kami-sama wants me to experience this, so that's why I was there. And so I am the newbie. There's this one lady who started her Yagura Gumi about 3 or 4 years ago. So there was a 3 or 4 year experienced lady. And then my mom sang for 10 years, so there's a 10-year experienced lady. And then there's this one lady who is 20 years experience. So it was like the whole spectrum, It was amazing. And I was so happy when I saw that 20-year experienced lady because I I know her, I don't know her name, but I know her because she sings so good during these boat dances that I've been to. And I was like, oh, now who's that lady singing on the Yagura? She sings so good, the Fukushima Ondo, that I recorded her this past boat dance. And I don't even know her name, but she sings so darn good that I want to, like, she's like my idol, you know, Fukushima Ondo idol. She's like the legendary Fukushima Ondo singer. So she was there. I was like, I know you. Well, I don't know your name, but I know you. You sing so good. I love the way you sing. I love your style. Her name is Sherry from the Aeya Taieji Yaguragumi. And her style, she is so good. She puts so much character and liveliness into the Fukushima Ondo. And it was an honor to be able to meet her in person and talk story with her and just witness her technique. And well, the parade ended smoothly, and somebody had been recording the whole parade, and I listened back to it on Facebook. I was like, I had confidence that I sang pretty good. And everybody was like, oh, Edna, you sing good, yokatayo, yokatayo. So I was like, feeling pretty happy about it. But when I listened to my own singing, I was like, hey, I'm dissatisfied. This isn't good enough. This isn't good. I was like, you know, when I listened to me singing, and then the 4-year veteran, and then a 10-year veteran, and a 20-year veteran, it's such a difference. I noticed. I was like, wow. I didn't make any mistakes in my singing, but it sounds shallow, I thought. My singing has no depth. And then the 3-year, 10-year, and a 20-year, or 20-year had the most depth. I was like, wow, this is what I thought. Oh, Kami-sama wanted me to listen, to compare the experience of these people. And say, hey, Edna, this is the level you must become. This lady's like a black belt. And I was like, wow, there's still a long way to go. But then it makes me realize that practice really makes you better at whatever that you want to do. So, you know, like Jaden, he's like the best soccer player in Wahiawa, probably. Because you practice till your bones break and stuff. So, hontoni, we gotta practice. Whatever we want to get good at, we gotta practice. Like Clayton, he does his Gundam, he practices it all, so many hours and hours of practice. So he's really good at what he does. And for me, what did I do for over 20 years? It's kibimai. Kibimai, you know, the Japanese sacred dance. And I only practiced one single dance for 20 years, and that is the ametsuchi, the most beginner's dance. So I practiced that single dance for 20 years. So I think I become a veteran. maybe, I don't know. Maybe more better people will be, mada, not yet. But when we practice whatever that we want to practice in life, we will get better at it. But if you're one of those people that practice complaining all the time, practice not being appreciative all the time, then you're going to become a professional like that. So we got to really be careful what we practice. And if we practice inattention, like always looking at a phone, and when your mom is telling you, hey, can you do this for me? You're like, okay, and you're not giving your full attention, then you're going to practice being very inattentive. You're going to become a professional person who is inattentive. So, practice makes permanence, like my brother said, and also practice makes perfection. So I want to I have been continuing to sing the Fukushima Ondo in the car, even if the Veterans Day Parade is over, because I want to get to that level, Sherry's level of Fukushima Ondo, and I think she is a really cool role model for me. Thank you very much. Sorry, my story was long, but thank you for your attention.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for the message of Edna Sense. Actually, I remember yesterday was my mother's passing day. Actually, next is a reminder. Tomorrow is the day of your mother dies. When one day after I began maybe die. I remember the message, Konko, the first Konko's message in Japanese. Konko, I listen to Konko's message every single day whenever I had time. Konko said, we say, we can. So when we do something, we can wash our hands, faces, our room, bathroom, we can drive, we can. Any elements of we can be the person who comes in. We say, at the Amateur, we used to say, so you should. We don't say, so you succeed. するということの前に、できというのがあってするんだよ。So being able to do something, so that's why we can say, I can do. So can do is the state of being blessed. But this is a very cool message of Konko. Anyway, I remember my mother passing 93.
Mother's passing.
My mother.
26.
Oh,
birth.
So she was 92.
92. And soon after I had an operation, it can be, we say in Japanese, in the Konko community, say, 命の次を the extension of life in place of some other people. Or matsuri kai, exchange of life. One person died for the sake of, and one person keep on living. So my mother passed away at 92, and actually I was about to die. Maybe I could be, I could be living today. So maybe this could be the very message. My mother's passing. So, 命の次を祭り the nature of my mother passing and mine. Anyway, I just want to, for some reason, for in about 1 month, I've been keep reminding the message of Konko. It's very basic, fundamental, but very strong message given to us. If there is one true believer in a family, the all family members will become believers. If a single family in a village generally embrace this faith, the entire village will begin to receive divine blessings. Trusting faith is likened to a seed multiplying into 10,000, emphasizing the importance of sowing a good seed. A tainted seed is to a flawed beginning, and no amount of effort can rectify it, according from the Jinkyu Kyogo number 37. I introduced the message at the interfaith peace prayer, and for yesterday's third international gathering and so forth. But this sounds very easy, but it's very strong, almost impossible message given to us. This can be a very ideal message as Konko believers, but it is so maybe difficult. This is a Konko church in Wahiawa, so the entire village, the Wahiawa, could be saved through the presence of this church. So yesterday's Yasunami gathering is to celebrate the presence of each one of us, Konko believers, as a family who devoted to practice, and maybe Konko church in a village. We can find a Konko community in Hawaii, in Brazil, in Japan, and so on. So celebrating the presence of Konko community is the main meaning of holding the annual international Yasunami gathering. So it could be very clearly identify the meaning of Yasunami gathering. Anyway, thank you very much for attention.